Let's look at how to make an exam in Canvas using the Canvas quiz feature that has both questions from question banks. Uh, so I pulled one up that I call it final exam with question banks. You want to make a Canvas quiz and using the classic. You want to, when you're going through your exam, a few things you want to go through, make sure it's a graded quiz. Look at exams, put it in whatever category you want. For example, if you're doing the final exam, you put in the final exam category or whatever type of assignment you're doing. I generally like to click on shuffle answers, and what that does is it takes the responses and puts them in different, not in the same order. So if you're creating question banks, you're populating questions within a question bank. Sometimes it's easy just to put the correct answer on the top and then all of everything else. Some of the questions will have that way where all the answer is the first one or something like that. So by shuffling them, it randomizes the order that they're displayed to students. Now, if you're doing an assignment, homework assignment, and you want to give multiple attempts, you can use that with the allow multiple attempt feature. If you're doing a final exam, you'll want to unselect let students see their quiz responses. That way it just doesn't show up. And that I think that's more appropriate for a final exam or actually any exam. If it's a homework or an in-class quiz and you want them to be able to review that, then you can select it and you can tell them either show the right answers or not. That's up to you. I've never used show one question at a time. If you're doing an exam, you'll probably want to do Proctorio. Make sure you have Proctorio enabled. You click on this little button right here and all the settings. There's a Proctorio settings tab. You can click on that or scroll up to the top. This tab setting will show up and you can put whatever type of restrictions you want on the exam. If it's going to be a final exam, you will want that selected. If you're doing like an in-class quiz, maybe you want to make sure that they're there, you could require an access code that you write on the board, so they have to be present to receive it. But you can use those. And then also you will want to, if you're teaching multiple sections that are all linked to the same course, you can specify which section. For example, if you're doing a final exam and this exam, let's do section 1 is going to be at a specific date. You can put whatever date I don't remember, I didn't even look at the dates for this. Let's say you can specify the dates that they show up or when those exams are. Let's say it's December 9th. If the exam starts at, for example, 8 a.m., you put the start time. That means the exam is not available until 8 a.m. And if the exam is going to end at 11:59 a.m., it ends at noon, you can put a due date. What the due date does is it gives a notification. They'll actually put 45. That way it tells them it's due. But if you want them to be able to keep working on it until, for example, 8:50, that's meaning they have to finish. What this does is it tells them it's due at 8:45, and then at 8:50, whatever work that they've done, it will submit it. And that's it. That's all they have available for them. And the advantage of doing something like this is that they get something of a warning, and so they're not it gives them time to make decisions to how they're going to allocate the time if they're going to use the full amount of time. Now, if you use this Proctorio setting, you want to take attendance, and then you'll want to look at. Let me look at this. You'll want to go to during the exam. You look at the final exam with question banks, and then if it's populated, let me find another assignment. I describe what I'm talking about. There is, taking a while. So I'm gonna grab. While they're working on it, if you click on moderate this quiz over to the right, it will tell you who has it open, and it will tell you if they are who has it open and who's working on it. And you want to make sure they're only working on it if they have to be in class. So let's talk about how to make a question bank, how to add questions. if you click on the tab that says questions, you can put in whatever type of a question. Right. You can change the type of exam saying this is multiple choice, means there's only one right answer. You can have, say, for example, multiple answers. And so if these first two are correct, you can have however many you want. You can unselect or select them. Okay, but let's look at, and then you can tell how many points you want. Let's make that 01. Make this one worth 5 points or however many points is appropriate. Make sure you click update questions every time you work on these. Click on new question group, the middle button, and this will, you tell it to link to a question bank. I'm gonna click on this, and every single question bank that I have available to me will show up. And so, for example, let's look at systems of equations large. This has 9 questions in it, so I'm gonna click on that, select the bank. I'm gonna pull, there's 9 questions in there, I'm gonna pull 2 questions in there. Let's make them 5 points each, and then I click on create. And I'll want to do that for every single question group that I'm adding. Let's call that 3. So I'm going to grab, see bond question bank. There's 35 questions in there. I'm going to select bank, and then I'll pick 3 of them. They're each going to be worth 5 points. I click create group. Now that it's in there, I hit save, and it'll give me a warning. Not everyone's assigned. That's okay. You can go through and add how you can put in. You can add each section in there individually. Let's see, there's section 1, and it will continually give you that warning until all the sections are assigned. Here's section 2. Put in the same date, and then put in whatever time you want. And hit save. Let me show you one more thing after I hit save. If you want to find where the question banks are and edit them, if you come up to the URL up here, we have the course number where it says everything after the course, type in question underscore banks, hit enter. And all the question banks for this course will show up in here. And you'll have the option of either adding a question bank or opening them up and editing them. I'm gonna click on the first one. So you've got all these problems, and there's the answer for those. And I can either delete them, edit them, or if I want to copy the same question into new question bank, and click on this button, and it will ask me to how I want to do that. Well, great. I hope this is useful and can help you set up an exam. Please let me know if you have any questions about this.